Hi, this is Wayne from Inkish at OPS 2025. We've just sat through a fantastic presentation from my good friend Simon Cooper. Simon, absolutely superb.
That's nice of you to say, thank you.
CEO, Onlineprinters and Solopress.
Yes.
It's been quite a journey over the last, well, 2019, I think you mentioned.
Exactly.
Going through COVID and that kind of thing. And of course, the photo of Boris hanging from that zip line will never lose its fun.
Yeah.
Great presentation. They'll be able to see that on the OPS website when it's done, and I suggest that people go and see that.
Thank you. Yeah, appreciate that.
The takeout from me, which I thought was quite interesting, was your philosophy with "we rinse our spoons."
Yes. Yeah.
Just give us a little bit of an oversight on that philosophy and how you're implementing that.
Yeah, okay, yeah, sure. So I've been in the printing industry 30 years, and when I started, I can remember the wars that people used to have on their presses. We had the old cloth rollers for the dampening system, and they would get all clogged up with ink, and you'd have to clean them up. And so basically, the ongoing wars were always the next guy coming in and taking over the press, and that frustration they would feel if it was left in a mess and had to wash up again, and the yellows were getting dirty and all this kind of stuff. So that was part of it. But then just the simplest thing when you're in a rush, as I feel like I'm always in a rush, and you want to quickly make a cup of tea or a cup of coffee, and you go over and there's 6 dirty teaspoons in the sink, and you have to start the process, washing, drying, and so on before you can quickly get that done. So I just thought, this simple act of just rinsing that off and popping it on the side, so the next one doesn't have to, can make a big difference. But there's a much wider implication, obviously, which is all throughout the business, people thinking about their colleagues and working out what little act can I do that makes life a bit easier for the next person. And if everybody does that, it's that sort of paying it forward concept. The business just fundamentally gets better. So we introduced it in that pretty unique way. So we have these etched teaspoons around the company now saying we rinse our spoons.
Yeah. So that's obviously generates harmony between divisions, and of course we always know back from the days where the press minders won't talk to the finishing department, so it creates that harmony.
Exactly right. Yeah.
And that's raised the whole kind of profile with regards to your staffing, your retention value, and the way that people feel about the company itself.
Yeah, that's right. So back in 2019, when I joined, the company really didn't have a good reputation as an employer. So in the local area, it was known as the worst employer, which is saying something. Maybe it was a bit unfair, but it certainly wasn't the best. We've chipped away year by year. And one of the things, as I mentioned in my talk, is if you can look people in the eye and say to them that your goal is to make the company a great place to work, that you can't fake that. No. Somebody could tell you that it's a good idea to do that, but you either really believe that or you don't. And if you really believe it, you have to work on it. And it means investment, it means time and energy, and we've done that. And as a result, we had in an employee survey that we do each year, where we ask people to rate their overall happiness. Back in 2019, less than 50%, so about 47% of people said they would rate themselves as happy in the company, a 7 or above out of 10. And now in the last year we did that was 85%, and we're really hoping this year it'll be 90%. And it's always the same question framed in exactly the same way. And so step by step by step, the impact you get from that when you have people that care about the company, that understand what you're trying to do, that want to be a part of it, is they provide a better experience for customers. And it's all about the customer, right? You've got to find them, retain them, do more with them. And you can only achieve that when you've got a team of people that actually care and want to be a part of it. So we're moving in that direction.
Yes. Fundamentally, the end result will be better customer experience.
100%, yeah. And ultimately growth and profitability, which is what we're all chasing,
we saw
right?
from your figures.
Yes.
Very impressive.
Yeah, thank you.
So is this your first OPS?
No, I've come here a few times in the past. I honestly couldn't tell you how many. I think maybe 3 or 4, maybe. I'm not exactly sure. But always enjoy it. It's one of those where anyone that's anyone in the online print space is here. I just find the connection that you make with your competitors, as much as anything, is just amazing. Last night we all had our phones out, showing our numbers.
Yeah,
Everyone's
yeah, yeah.
openly going, yeah, no, look, there's the growth, there's my profits, that's what we did. And,
Yeah.
and I just think, normally you'd kill for that information, but here people are willing to share it openly, and why not? Right?
And of course, in your presentation, you gave a shout out to Blue Tree in the audience as well. It's great to see. It's great to see the industry getting together.
Yeah.
Well, as I say, it was a fantastic presentation. Really good to see you again. And I'm
Thanks
sure we'll
very much.
catch up at some event
No
somewhere.
doubt. As
Somewhere
we
where
always
you get
do.
more passport stamps.
Exactly right.
Thanks for your time.